So was the September 2022 Nintendo Direct a good Nintendo Direct? Well, personally, I think it was a fantastic Nintendo Direct. I completely loved this Nintendo Direct compared to some other people who didn't really like the Nintendo Direct. And if you don't agree with me, make sure you tell me in the comment section below. But this had a ton of fantastic games. A new Fire Emblem, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 DLC, a Splatfest announcement, Octopath Travelers 2, N64 games with 3 Mario Party games, 007 with multiplayer by the way, both Pokemon Stadiums, Mario Kart DLC, Pikmin 4, Tales of Symphonia Remaster, and to top it all off, Breath of the Wild 2 with a release date and title. And this doesn't even count all the other RPGs that we got from this Nintendo Direct, and you're telling me this was a bad Direct? I mean, come on, at what point does it make it a good Nintendo Direct? And all of these games, keep in mind, are coming between now and February, aside from a few games of course, but even then, a couple months after February, we have Breath of the Wild 2. Well, to be more specific, Breath of the Wild, The Tears of the Kingdom, because we finally got a title for that game. Now, of course, there were some games that were missing from the Nintendo Direct that we all thought were going to be there, like The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess and Wind Waker on the Nintendo Switch. It really sucks that that didn't show up. And of course, Metroid Prime 1 should have been there as well if these even exist. So those rumors and Nintendo Switch leaks didn't come true, but other games actually came true that we've covered in the past, like the Pikmin 4 game, which is really surprising because the one that we covered that said it was going to be in late 2023 was by New Marco Maro, which is a pretty iffy Nintendo Switch leaker. So out of all the games, this one that's been in development for what, maybe almost 10 years came true. We also had the new Fire Emblem game, which we had a screenshot leaked as well from that game, but we didn't know if this screenshot was real or was it fake or is it a hoax or whatnot. But no, it actually came true, which is very surprising. So that's what I mean by sometimes these things can be right and sometimes they can be wrong. That's why I put this animation up and say just consider it fake for now so you're not too disappointed if they don't come out. Now, when I say it was a good Nintendo Direct, you really have to think about what is the purpose of a Nintendo Direct. A Nintendo Direct's purpose is to market their games and flesh out the upcoming months. That's exactly what they promised to do in the tweet. They said that they were going to set up mostly winter, which that's exactly what they did. They set up from now until about February. Now they do have The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 as well, and we know that is past February just by 3 months though. And you also have to keep in mind that the Nintendo Switch already had games announced that were before 2023. Bayonneta 3, Mario Rabbids, and we also have other games that were already placed in 2023 like the Mega Man collection. We also have a JRPG, Persona 4, and other Persona games coming to the Nintendo Switch, which actually, now that I think about it, I'm surprised they didn't say anything on the other Persona games. Which does make me wonder if we're going to get another Nintendo Direct, but it's going to be a third-party Nintendo Direct focusing on those games and other third-party games. I think what I'd have to do is look back at what Nintendo did last year and see if they did any third-party Nintendo Directs after a Direct in September. And if they did, then most likely we're going to be getting a third-party Nintendo Direct, but I'll see. But back to the question, what is the purpose of a Nintendo Direct? It's to flesh out the upcoming months, and they did exactly that. I've already listed all of the crazy games that we're getting, and you're seeing them on screen. It's just a repeat of what I edited in the beginning of the video, but it makes a good point that there is plenty of games for everyone to enjoy. There was something for everyone here, even if it's just 1 or 2 things. So does that make it a bad Direct or a good Direct? No, I think it was a good Direct, and if people think it's bad, I think they need to take a step back and think, why do I think this is bad? And if it's because they didn't announce the Zelda games and the Metroid games, then I think you need to reevaluate whether you think the Direct was bad or do you think your expectations were a little bit too high. Because again, I warn people that they could be fake, guys. When I say that, I'm not just saying it just to say it. It could be fake, but unfortunately people don't listen to me and then they get angry when it ends up being fake. It's like, guys, I'm trying to give you a warning here. And you have to remember, this was only set up for the first half of 2023, guys. So it's not like these are the only games we're going to get and we're not going to get another Nintendo Direct, which most likely will probably be in February or January. I'll probably be doing a separate video explaining that and why I think there's going to be a Nintendo Direct in February and why these games actually didn't show up. And of course, if they could still show up, because I have I have some changed thoughts on that. Now, when talking about criticisms against the Nintendo Direct, it was not perfect. There are some things that I didn't like there were a lot of RPGs. I would say personally too many. And don't get me wrong, I love seeing this many RPGs, but the problem with that is a lot of them got skipped over, or they didn't get a lot of time, or they didn't shine because there were so many other RPGs to be shown, which is a huge problem because some of them look fantastic, it's just other ones outshine them. Another thing that people have been saying is that there's too many farming simulators, which I really agree with this. What is with all of these farming simulators? Don't get me wrong, I love farming simulators personally, but there were a lot here. It's almost as if they saw Animal Crossing content dropping off, so it's like, now's our chance. Now we can take that spot. You know what we have to do? We have to make a farming simulator video and just look at a whole bunch of games that are coming out that are farming simulators and rate them real quick, just based on the couple hours of gameplay. Now, other than those two problems, I can't really think of any other problems, because you can't say, oh, they didn't show Metroid or they didn't show the Zelda games, because it's not like Nintendo promised you that those were gonna be there. That was from other people. Now, as to games that I disliked or liked in Nintendo Direct, first up is Pikmin 4. I am not the biggest Pikmin fan. I'll give it a chance, don't get me wrong, I'll give it a chance, just like I gave the Pikmin remasters a chance as well. But that game didn't really grab me, but you can say the same thing about Xenoblades, because Xenoblades 2 didn't really grab me too much, but Xenoblades 3, it's got me in a chokehold. I am loving the heck out of this game. So maybe Pikmin 4 will be the first game that I really love, and I'll go back and play the other games, and maybe I'll enjoy them even more because I have more time with Pikmin 4. But aside from that, we got a new Fire Emblem game which was leaked out, and we saw that screenshot, and it turns out that screenshot was real, which is fantastic. I love that it became true and that we have another Fire Emblem game which actually looks pretty good. This game looks fantastic. I'm definitely going to be picking it up. Now, other than that RPG, because there are a lot of RPGs in here, we also got a new character for Xenoblades 3, which I am definitely gonna get. Actually, I still have $22 left over from when I traded my game in for Xenoblades 3 and Splatoon 3, so I'm definitely gonna get that pass with that money. I just hope it's not over $22. But I'm really excited for that, and there's another game that I'm kind of a little curious and I kind of want to play, and that's SpongeBob SquarePants The Cosmic Shake. I know, weird, right? But I kind of want to try it, you know? It looks pretty fun. We also had Octopath Travelers 2 announced, which is amazing and already looks amazing. I mean, Octopath Traveler 1 was really fantastic, so I'm really excited for this. Now, I never reviewed Octopath Traveler 1, and it kind of got pushed into my backlog after I finished a little bit of the game, so I'm gonna have to go back, finish that game, and maybe even make a review on it. But the time I did spend with 1 was fantastic, and I really can't wait for 2. I just gotta finish 1 first. Now, this video is already going pretty long, so I'm gonna make a separate video on all the games that I loved and which ones were my favorite, which ones I didn't really like, and I'll go more into depth why I didn't like them and stuff. So if you guys want that, make sure you guys subscribe for that. But this is the end of the video, and overall, I just want to say I enjoyed the Nintendo Direct, and if you didn't enjoy the Nintendo Direct, that's fine. It's not like you have to enjoy the Nintendo Direct. Everyone has their own opinion. But when talking about if this was a good Nintendo Direct, did it set up what they said it was going to set up? Mostly winter, which means up until probably February. Then yeah, it gave us a ton of content to look forward to up until February for that February Nintendo Direct to set up even further than that. It's kind of like if you're gonna say, is the 1993 Mario a good movie? No, that's not a good movie. I can tell that from personal experience, but it's so bad, it's good if you know what I mean. It's enjoyable. But I can fully recognize that that movie is a bad movie, but still enjoy it. It's the same way with the Nintendo Direct. And I think a lot of people had their expectations really high and didn't really listen to anyone who said, guys, this could be fake. You gotta temper your expectations. When YouTubers say that, we don't just say that to just say it. We really mean it. And I think that's why, because I fully understand that these things can be fake, I think that's why I'm not as disappointed as I could have been. And I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of angry comments in the comment section, so that's gonna be fun seeing. I think there are gonna be some calm and reasonable comments, but I know there's gonna be a lot of angry people in the comment section, so that should be fun. And if you're angry, well, I hope you won't be angry in the future. But yeah, make sure you guys on this Nintendo Direct. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What was your favorite games? What was your least favorite games? Do you think that there was too many farming simulators? Do you think there were too many RPGs? Did you think it was just complete trash? Make sure you guys tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. Oh, and by the way, Assassin's Creed fans, I did make a video on the Assassin's Creed which was uploaded before this, so make sure you guys check that out as well. And if not, on your way out, make sure you subscribe for more videos and also have that notification bell on. And if you want to support the channel in any other way, there is my Patreon and Twitter account in the pinned comment if you're interested in those. Oh, and also have this donut if you're still sticking around for me rambling. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.